Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome back to another Hookster Talks. I apologise for not being on yesterday, but I had a few health issues to take care of. But we're back now with me and Mr. TB the Bear. TB the Bear. Everyone's favourite bear. Oh, TB. Mwah. 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 And of course, Lewis Hamilton, number one fan, aren't you, TB? Yes, he is. Number one fan for Lulu. So how did Lulu do in the last race? Shut up, you muppet. Look, I was just asking. How did he manage to get half of his car disappeared? I said once, shut up, and I'm saying it again. Shut up, you muppet. Just can't please some people, can you? Just can't please some people. Let's put you down there, TB. Hello everybody and welcome to the show. We have some breaking news. We have some breaking news for you. Yep. Let's go straight to it. Or at least I would. But I've just got rid of it. No, I haven't. It's still there. There it is. I thought I'd got rid of it, but no, it's still there. So all the major sporting F1 sporting websites are already talking about this. We will go to Sky Sports for this story. I was going to go to Andrew Benson at the BBC, but he's Jimmy Fixit's favourite fan, so I thought I'd leave that. And we'll go to Sky Sports. So yeah, here is the breaking news, everyone, and that is that the F1 chiefs agree engine rule changes for the 2027 season in tweak to the 50-50 power source split for more intuitive driving. FIA says changes to engine hardware in 2027 will make driving more intuitive via a 50 kilowatt increase in power from the internal combustion engine. Now, if there's 50 kilowatts there already in the engine, why didn't they do that in the first place? I don't get it. That's what I say. See, they were totally trying to rely on battery power where they should have been relying on the engine power. Just having the battery as, little backup. That's all you need, little backup of the battery. And the same decrease in electrical output. You see, this is it. They're realising that people are fed up with the electrical power, just like they're fed up with their electric cars, which completely conk out after about 200 miles, and you're usually miles away from the outlet, and you're sitting there in the cold having to ring someone. It's just ridiculous. Further tweaks of the rules for 2026 after Miami changes also discussed among F1 stakeholders. Formula One bosses have agreed to make changes to the sport's engine regulations for the 2027 season by tweaking the current near 50-50 power split, which will see an increase in internal combustion output. An online meeting on Friday, attended by F1, the FIA, team bosses and chiefs from engine manufacturers, discussed the impact of the recent regulation tweaks introduced for last week's Miami Grand Prix and what else could be done for both the rest of this season and longer term to improve the rule set. So it looks pretty much like this season's going to go down in history as an experimental season with electrical power. That's what it looks like to me. So, yeah, it's not going to be a very good sort of footnote in history, I have to say, but that's what it looks like to me anyway. With attention having turned to what hardware design changes could be made to the V6 hybrid power units from as early as next season, agreement in principle was reached to alter what is currently a near equal split between internal combustion and electrical power through an increase in the former's output and a reduction in the latter's. The power split would become closer to 60-40 under the 2027 changes and a reduction of the electrical power element. An FIA statement read, turning to the longer-term refinement of the regulations, it was agreed in principle to introduce evolutionary changes to the rules regarding hardware components, making competition safer, fairer, and more intuitive for drivers and teams. The measures agreed in principle today for 2027 would see a nominal increase in internal combustion engine, the ICE, power by 50 kilowatts, alongside a fuel flow increase and a nominal reduction of the energy recovery system, ERS, deployment power by 50 kilowatts. Are you following me at the moment? Are you following me? It was agreed that further detailed discussion in technical groups comprising teams and power unit manufacturers is required before the final package is decided. Once power unit manufacturers have voted on the final agreed package, the measures will go to the World Motorsport Council to be rubber stamped, a regulatory process which is likely to be a formality at this stage. Any design changes to power units require longer lead times, hence why there will be further discussion on the matter to solidify the plans and for stakeholders to further access all possible knock-on effects before introduction in 2027. At Friday's meeting, F1 stakeholders also agreed that the immediate tweaks to the rules introduced in Miami to improve the experience for drivers pushing flat out without excessive energy saving while enhancing safety had proved encouraging. Even though Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri said it made no bloody difference. So they're clearly still not listening to the drivers, are they? These measures, designed to improve safety and reduce excessive harvesting, which deemed to have delivered improved competition and represent a positive step in the continued refinement of the 2026 framework, said the statement. The FIA also reported that no material issues or safety concerns had been identified following implementation in Miami. With stakeholders remaining open to revisions to further smooth out the all-new 2026 regulations, tweaks regarding race starts after a system to help struggling cars get away from the grid was trialled in Miami, and driving in wet weather was also to be introduced. Further evaluation of the Miami package is ongoing with a view to the introduction of further adjustments at future events, said the FIA. These include improved start safety revisions and measures to improve safety under wet conditions. These will be communicated to teams once defined. And that's the end of a very boring story. But basically, they've realised that the 50-50 power split is not working, which is what I said. It's never going to work because you're going from an electrical power to combustion power, which are two different ways of getting power, and they work in totally different ways, and you're trying to switch it from one to the other within milliseconds, and there's just no way that's going to work. So it looks like they're going to a 60-40 split next year, which will kind of balance out, the transition from the electrical power back to the combustion and so on and so forth. That's the theory. Will it work? We'll have to wait and see until next year, of course. So, as I say, it looks like this year is going to end up as a transitionary season where they'll probably do a couple more tweaks to the engine, but don't think there's going to be anything major until next year, of course, when the new regs will come out. Right. Let's see if there's anyone in the chat. There is. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, Matthew. 7657. He says, Drum Tank is amazing. Yes, he is. I'm a Drum Tank fan, says... You're not, are you? I would never have known, Matt. TB prefers Drum Tank. Yes, he does. Does TB like riding on horses? I don't know. I'll have to ask him. TB? TB? Do you like riding on horses? Really? Oh, you dirty little bugger. You dirty little bugger. Get back down there. Hello, Shane Monster. He says, hi, Dad. Didn't know you were streaming tonight. It's normally 30 nights. It is, Shane, but unfortunately, my health was not good yesterday. Yes, I had a bad day yesterday. So I had to cancel the stream. I had the usual suspect sending me messages saying, why aren't you streaming? Why aren't you streaming? And I said, look, I just can't do it. I can't do it tonight. I'm sorry, I can't do it. So, but I said I should be all right by Friday, like the next day, and I'm okay now. So there you go. That's why I'm here. I try and do them on Thursdays. If I can't do them on Thursdays, I'll do them on Fridays. And if you don't see me on Fridays, then I'm probably in hospital. Hello, Mr. Lionel Plessy. Welcome to the stream. He says, just watch Top of the Pops. It was 1982. No, that was 1981, wasn't it? Bucks Fizz, Making Your Mind Up. That was 81, wasn't it? Yeah, 81. 82, blimey. That was another classic year for music. Another classic year for music was 1982. And they had 3 rubbish football songs. Oh, God, those football songs. Oh, they should drive me potty. Mainly because I don't follow football at all. Like, I've never followed football, not even in my youth. Football just hasn't been a thing for me. I'm sorry if you all love football. I understand. You know, I love motor racing, but for me, football's never been a thing for me. And so even back in the day, I never followed it back in the 80s. And yeah, those football songs used to drive me crazy. What was that one with B.A. Robinson had one, didn't he? I remember he had one. Jesus, that was a long time ago, Dave. Shut up now. The England team, Scotland team, and also Tottenham Hotspur with Chaz and Dave. Oh my goodness. Chaz and Dave. Oh, can't believe it. Can't believe it. The goat. Hello, Will F1. What? He says the goat is 100 years old. Yes, I am. Also, I remember last week when I said there's a piece of music I would like to play at the beginning of the last episode of the All Seasons. Yes, I remember that, Shane. Oh, Sir David Attenborough. I thought you were talking about me for a minute. I was just about to say you cheeky bugger. Yes, Sir David Attenborough is 100 years old. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I don't think Sir David Attenborough believes it either, but yes, the great man is 100 years old. And I have to say, it'll be a very sad day when Sir David Attenborough is no longer with us. No longer with us. That iconic voice is just, oh my God. It's just sensational. It really is, that voice. So yeah, it'll be a very sad day when he goes. But he's not gone yet. He's still here. So congratulations, David Attenborough, for 100 years on the good old planet Earth ship. Yes, well done. Well done. Spam, Shane, spam. Next week's 1999 is 55 minutes due to R. Kelly, oops, being edited out. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I believe I can touch... No. Stop it. Stop it now. Stop it. Get Eddie Irvine on this all seasons rubbish. Yes. Get Jack Nick... No. No. No, Will. We can't get Jack Nicholls. I wonder what he's doing now. Probably flipping burgers in the Wimpy. Probably. Right now. Is Jack Nicholls. He certainly won't be returning to any kind of commentary, will he? Hello, what's going on? Why is my desktop audio? Go away! I'm not ready for you yet. I'm reading the comments. I'm not ready. Go away. Now, as you know, last week we had a special guest on the show, and he's... After the show finished, oh my goodness, it was ridiculous. He thought he was the King of Spain or something. I don't know. It's just ridiculous. It really was. So I have invited him back, but he's actually calling me now on Facebook. But I'm not going to answer because I'm not ready for him. Okay, I call. Don't you call? It's my show. I call. So go away and stop dialing me. Thank you. I'm reading out the comments first. Oh, these kids, I tell you, these kids. Anyway, before I continue, he's stopped now. He's got fed up. Before I continue, I did put the message out, but I don't know if anyone heard it last week. If anybody else would like to also, because I know Matt's in the chat, and Matt wanted to come on the show as well. If anyone else wants to come in on the chat, then please let me know, and we'll get you in. Now, if you don't want your face to be seen to the world on the internet, then that's fine. Just so long as we got your voice. So as long as you can do it as voice, that's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. But if you want to come on the show, give me a shout, and we'll get you on. We'll get you on, and then we'll get to painting the bum in a minute. The second 1999 edition next week is from 29th of October. I mentioned that because also on that day, Formula 1 99 was released. Oh, yes. Formula 1, oops, says Will. I didn't even think you would stream this week. There's no F1 race. Well, I try to stream every single week while the F1's running until there's like a 2 or 3 week break, and then I stop because obviously there's nothing to talk about. But yeah, I try to do after the race and before sort of the next race, if I can. But as I say, I wasn't feeling well yesterday, so I had to cancel the stream. So I do apologise for that. But I'm all right. I'm all right. Don't worry. Don't worry, everyone. Don't worry. So David Attenborough is younger than Hookster. He is. I'll tell you what, he looks younger than me, and he's 100, and I'm only 50 odd, and he looks well younger than me. Oh well, I hope you're okay, Dave. Since you had a bad day yesterday, I'm all right. I'm all right, Shane. I've been ill since last October. In fact, that's when it all started, and I've been to the doctors, and I had a blood test, and apparently I've got very low iron, and what's the other one? My vitamin B12 is also slightly low as well. So I'm on the tablets. I'm on the tablets, and I was starting to do really well. I must admit, I was starting to feel a little bit better. If anyone doesn't know, if you've got low iron, it results in tiredness and fatigue, which I have had for last 3 or 4 years, to be honest. So I've probably been low on iron before then, but I just didn't realise. And so yeah, you get tiredness, you get fatigued. To give you an example, if you've got low iron, you'll wake up after having 7 or 8 hours sleep, and you literally feel like you've had no sleep at all. You literally feel, oh my god, I want to go back to bed again. That's what you feel like when you've got low iron. Anyway, so I'm on the tablets. I've been on the tablets since the end of March, I think it is. We're just in May now, aren't we? The end of March. And as I say, I've been doing okay. In fact, a couple of days ago, I actually said to myself, bloody hell, I feel pretty much normal now. The only trouble is when you've got low iron and B12, it takes a very, very long time to get better. We're talking 6 months to a year to get to sort of normal levels again. So, and of course, the other problem is I don't know why I've got low iron and low B12. In some cases, that can be, something quite serious, but I don't think that's what it is. I just think that, over the years, I've run out of iron. Yes, I've run out of. I've used it all. I use it all on me all seasons commentary because I'm shouting so much. I use all my iron store up. No, not really, but yes. So I've been on the pills, and I say I've been a lot better. And but yesterday, unfortunately, I did have a slight relapse. Not as bad. This all happened because I was literally at home, absolutely fine, and within seconds I felt very ill, and I mean very ill. And apparently, if you start feeling very ill very, very quickly, that's not too good. And I was really ill. I literally went to bed for 2 days because I just, I was just gone anyway. So then I made the appointment with the doctor, which in the UK takes about 3 weeks to get an appointment. And I went to the doctors, and he said, all right, we'll give you some blood tests. So I did the blood test, and that's when it came back with the low B12 and the low iron. But as I say, unfortunately, you also get sort of relapses at times as well. So it's going to be a long time, but I'll get there. I'll get there in the end. But yeah, so sometimes, unfortunately, it was just unfortunate that it was yesterday because I've been fine. I was fine Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and just Thursday I went. Oh, great, thanks for that. I'm just about to go, but unfortunately, it's something that happens quickly, and I've got no control over it. Absolutely zero control. I literally go from absolutely fine to bonk in like seconds. I feel it. I get a pain in my stomach and a pain in my chest, and then I know that whoops, here we go. But I'll say I haven't had that for ages, since I've been on the tablets, in fact. So yeah, I'm doing all right, but a couple of relapses may happen before everything gets better again. So I'm sorry about that. Unfortunately, when you get on a bit, your health starts to become more of a priority. Anyway, let's not talk about that anymore. Let's continue. I'm here now. Will says, I've never watched football apart from the odd match. Good for you, Will. Good for you. The B.A. Robinson one was the Scotland one. It was called That's it. We Have a Dream. I've got that record, And before you say, what the hell are you doing with a football record? I did like the song. I did like B.A. Robinson. That's probably the only football one that I like. But I can't show it to you because it's in me cupboard behind me. Not that's a door. But the cupboard's over there. Where I've got Cockney Dave, in my cupboard over there, I've got a big case full of 7-inch records. And I have got that record. Yes. I'll dig it out for you and show you one day. So David Attenborough is responsible for getting snooker on television. He used to be the BBC controller back in the 60s. Wowzers. I did not know that. I did not know that. Well done, Sir David Attenborough. Snooker. Yeah, we need Jack. No, we don't need Jack Nicholls. No. Final Player says, this mystery caller needs to be patient. Yes. I've been thinking if Formula 1 should move the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix to April like they did with Japan and China. Possible. Will says Abu Dhabi should be deleted from the calendar. Get one Pablo Montoya on the all seasons. Yeah, I can get one Pablo. One Pablo. Hookster is 101. Abu Dhabi, the dreadful track. I'm glad you're okay. Yeah, I'm alright, Shane. I was watching the 1993 season review. Jonathan Wass was talking about Prost, McCarran, Fawawi, and Wetty, and Wandle, amongst others. Can we watch Formula 1 99 end credits on the PS1, Dave? That's the piece of music I want you to play at the beginning of the last episode of All Seasons. Jack Nicholls needs a job. Hookster can give him... I can. I look like him. Will that be good enough? No. How is Cockney Dave? He's fine as far as I know. He's still in the cupboard though, and I haven't heard any noise lately. Oi, Cockney Dave, you still in there? Hello? Cockney? Must admit, it's been quiet for months. I hope he hasn't died. Bloody hell. I can't smell anything though. No, there's no smell. I'll have to investigate the cupboard at some point and see if Cockney Dave's still alive or dead. Hopefully he's still alive. I miss Ben Edwards doing the season. Yeah, me too, mate. Me too. Good old Ben Edwards. I was gutted when he left Formula 1. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. Yeah, absolutely gutted. I was. Yeah. Actually, I'm a bit worried about Cockney. Hang on a minute. I'm gonna see if he's about. I've got to turn my camera off a minute. Okay. I'm just gonna nip over to my cupboard. Oi, Cockney. Don't know where he's gone. Let's open up the cupboard. Oh. Oi, Cockney, are you in there? Of course I'm bloody in there, mate. Jesus Christ, I've been stuck in here for about 4 years. You fucker. Oh, sorry about that. Do you need the toilet? Need the bloody toilet, mate. Jesus Christ, I've gone everywhere. Oh, God. God, it smells in here now. I'll tell you what it does, actually, now I've opened the door. I couldn't smell anything before, but oh, wowzers. Anyway, don't worry, Cockney. One of these days we'll get you back. When's that going to be, mate? Probably about 2032. Probably about 2032, mate. I can't wait that bloody long, can I? Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. Anyway, we've got to put you back in the cupboard now because you're far too rude for YouTube. Come on. Oh, bloody hell, mate. Come on, let me back out of this cupboard, you bastard. Let me out. Hello? There's the Cockney, everyone. Yeah, he'll be back at some point. Well done, Cockney. Ben Edwards does a podcast now. Can't remember the name of it. Oh, does he? I might check that out. It's called it's called Essential F1. Are you going to put Formula One end credits, Dave? I watched him do the F1 Academy in Las Vegas last year. There was a crash in the formation lap. Oh dear. Oh no, Mayor Wing. Right, what's this? F1 Formula One right, hang on a minute. You'll laugh if I can't find it on YouTube, Shane. Because if I can't find it on YouTube, there's nothing I can do about it. Oh, here it is. Well, I just hope it's not copyrighted, otherwise I won't be able to do it, Shane. I'll do it on here because I'm not really worried if they take me monetisation away. But here it is then, everyone. It's Formula One. It is the end credits, you said, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. The Formula 199 end credits. There you go, Shane. The Formula One end titles. I'll actually use that as a test bed and see if I get copyrighted from YouTube for that. If I do, unfortunately, I won't be able to show it on the last episode. But there you go. There are the end titles for Formula One 99. Something you never see on the F1 games anymore. I mean, I haven't got through 10 seasons of any of the Codemasters games, but I'm pretty sure you don't get end titles like that. It'll probably just be a congratulations, you've finished the game. Get Rizzy Sunak on this all seasons rubbish. No. When's this mystery caller coming on? Yeah, he's coming on in a minute. Get Keir Starmer on this all seasons. Well, Will, funny you say that. Because it looks pretty much like he'd be out of a job next week, so he probably will be on the show when you stop calling him. Too bad Cockney Dave doesn't like the cat. It is. That wasn't me. So he must be asleep. TMY's been dyeing his hair again, says Will. Has he? Hello, Mr. Regal. Welcome to the stream. Super chat time. Do a super chat. So I'm already dozing off at this cat, says the Scissor Sisters. Oh no. Shane, this is not what we need. Upgrades are keeping me in the fight this year. Jesus Christ, it's a PS1 game. How many people were really needed? That's true. What they didn't tell you is that most of those people in the credits actually just made the tea. Yes. And I do believe that during the PS1 period especially, they used to artificially add people that weren't really doing anything with the game. You know, used to add a few friends and a few family members. You know, let's just put them in there to make it look like lots of people have made the game. They don't do it anymore because they don't need to, because so many people make modern games. It took 500 to 1,000 people if it's like a GTA game, so they're not going to add any people in there. But in the good old days of the PS1, you know, if there was a family member they could get in there, they'd stick them in there just for good measure, just to make the credits look a lot bigger than what they were, because it didn't take that many people to make a PS1 game, for God's sake. As I've said in the past, six people, I've got enough fingers, 6 people made F1 98. 6 people, so there you go. I think that music from Formula One credits would fit perfectly with ending all seasons. Yes, interesting. It's too generic, says Sister. What do you mean it's not what we need? Generic. F1 Championship credits are much better. Yes. Back from watching Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless battle it out. Oh, for Christ's sake, it's still going. Formula One movie was epic. It wouldn't. I still haven't watched that movie. No, neither have I, Will. Hallelujah, it's over. Thank God, that was dull. Yeah, because of how emotional that music is from Formula One end credits, and I thought it would be perfectly fit in the end of the dual seasons. Right, okay. It's time to get... How long have I been on? Yeah, 39 minutes. Shane is last in the chat. Right, 39 minutes. It's time to get our special guest on. Now, he was here last week as well. He's starting to get very with ideas above his station now, because he's been on once already. You know, I'm going to say it again. If anyone else would like to come on to the show, please let me know. You can send me a message at the usual places. You know where to find me. And as I say, if you don't want your face to be on camera, that's entirely understandable. If I could get away with it, I wouldn't put this face on camera. So that's entirely understandable. As long as we get your voice, that's all we need. They just need your voice. As long as you can do it as a voice, that'll be absolutely fine. And as I say, I know Matt asked to come on. So Matt, if you're still watching, you can come on, mate, and in a future episode. You can come on tonight if you want. It doesn't matter. You can sit there and spar with this other strange bloke and get on in a minute. Russell needs to get it together. The GOAT is back. Russell does need to get it together. Yes. Do you remember when he started the season? Oh, I love this car, he said. Oh, I love it. I bet he's not loving it much anymore because the same one's beating him. Yes. Oh, I love this car. I do. I love this car. Spider Pig does whatever Spider Pig does. Can he swing for a website? No, he can't. He's Pig Look out, here comes the spider pig. Right, okay. I've got to go full screen a minute. Let's get our special guest on then. Just give me a second because my Facebook was going crazy. I want to make sure there's nothing wrong. No, it's just people talking crap as usual. Right, here we go then. See if we can get him on. Bing, bing. Bing, bing. Hello?
It's the wrong one.
Hello?
There we are.
Hello?
I don't know. All right, I can hear it not very well.
Hello? Can you hear me?
What's going on with this? Hang on.
I've got no video. I've got audio, no video.
Is that it?
You carry on. I'll carry on reading the comments out before I get too far behind. Will says P.S. Luton Rules should come on. Yes, he should, but he won't, will he? Because he's far too posh now. Did I tell you he works for The Race? Yes, The Race, YouTube. Over 1 million subscribers, don't you know? Yes.
Right, I've got it.
You got it?
I've changed my headphones. Barely hear you otherwise.
Right, I've got sound but no picture. There we go. There we go. Right, let me check my audio levels. Bring that one up a bit. Bring that one up a bit. Right, speak, sir, so I can get the audio leveled out. Hello.
Oh, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Yeah, gotcha. Right, audio's ready to go.
Can't try and get this up. There we go. That should be it. I've took the rescue.
Right, how are we this evening?
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said, how are we this evening?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm so bloated. I've just had an innings and I'm absolutely bloated, so God knows what I'm going to be like tonight.
Nice. Right, I understand you wanted to talk about one Pablo Montoya. So what's he been up to? Because I haven't heard anything.
Basically, he's gone up the F1 payroll and been saying that Verstappen should be getting penalty points and should be benched for saying that the cars are crap.
Oh.
He's basically just doing it because he wants to get his son in the seat. I think that's mostly what it is. And also, he works for F1 TV, so...
Nice. We've got a comment already from Will. He says he's wearing Lando merchandise.
I didn't know Lando was Australian. I do actually have a Lando one in the washing somewhere, but somebody else to get it out, so that's what I have to do.
Yeah, so someone in the chat said P.S. Luton Rule should come on. I agree, but he's not going to because he's far too.
He's too much of a pussy.
Too much. It's too much. He would never. You know, he's on the race now. He's millions of subscribers they've got on there, and he's their video editor. I do believe he edits all their videos. He does. Yes. And I did actually see him on one of their videos a couple of weeks ago. He was actually talking which is the first time I've seen him talking on a race video, but he was actually talking. I went, whoa, now he's coming up in the world. Now he's coming up in the world. Yes. And how did he start, everyone? How did he start? He started on my channel. That's how he started. And then I started taking the mickey out of him. If anyone remembers that video that I did about him, I can't remember what it was all about now, but I was taking the royal piss out of him, I'll tell you.
I don't think it was anything in particular. I think it was just generally the way he was, like a squeaky voice and everything.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, he had a very, very, very squeaky voice. Back then, he did. It's gone very deep now.
The voice is getting to him.
Exactly.
We're saying he's never even met a woman before. Never mind actually get that far.
What's this? We're going for second in the sprint race for a 1-2 with Crystal Racing. Will F1 game in with a brilliant move with 2 laps to go to get second. That's from the Simpsons movie, says Shane. Yes, it is. Spider Pig, the greatest of all time. TMY will come on. Well, he has been on before, hasn't he? On the show, the Moan Yorkshireman. He has been on, so I'll give him credit. He has been on a few times. When pigs fly,
he's too lazy here nowadays.
Yeah, that's right. He's too big now. You know, to come on.
Yeah. They still haven't got internet up there in Yorkshire, so maybe one day.
Exactly. Yeah. The internet is a bit spotty in Yorkshire. Is a bit spotty. I mean, to give them their dues, they only got electric last year, so they're getting there. They're doing well. I shouldn't say that because Will's in the chat. The McLaren.
I mean, I say a lot. I live further up north than him, so we're still on horse and carriage.
Ready to get second in the title. Piastri actually. I feel for Vasseur, but to be honest, he's doing worse than Binotto was at Ferrari. To be honest, yes. Shane says, "Remember the Simpsons? Remember the Simpsons movie when Homer was threatening to call Bart Chicken for life and say to him, good morning, Chicken." Yeah, I remember that, Shane. Yes. To be honest, Russell at the moment is driving no better than Piastri was at the end of last season.
He's doing worse.
Yes.
I thought we were making fun of Norris and Piastri last year. At least they occasionally got like top fives and that. He's not even doing that in a car that's at least at the start of the season was about the second faster than everyone else. Absolutely pathetic.
Yep.
Joke.
It's not good.
I mean,
Will says Montoya is still bitter about losing the 2003 World Drivers' Championship because he wasn't good enough. Yes. Montoya was beaten by a driver driving in the 2001 McLaren Madness.
I mean, for Montoya, I think it was more the will. Pardon me. I think it was more the Williams that wasn't really quite good enough. But oh well.
Yeah.
Not much loss. As we're proving now. It's turned out to be an absolute prat.
Plano Plessy says the rising number one of Formula One won. Montoya is a bit overrated, to be honest, says Will. A shame Montoya didn't win a title in F1. He had the chance in 2003, but he didn't do it. Saya says, I don't know, Montoya was very good. He had epic pace and was good at stints. Will says, yeah, he was good, but his McLaren stint exposed him. Will F1 says, excuse me, we got electricity many decades ago.
I've never heard such lies in my life.
Piastri missed the podium for 6 races in a row and only 1 4th place. Yes.
I reckon in Monaco, Russell is going to stuff it by himself, just like Piastri did. Just no pressure or anything. He'll just pull into a wall on the first lap or something like that. I can see it happening.
Right, so we've heard the news today. They've had a meeting today In fact, which only finished about 5 o'clock this evening. So they're gonna tweak the engine for next year. That's great news, isn't it?
Hopefully. I mean,
Hopefully.
it couldn't be much worse than what we saw at the start of the season. All this clipping and cars having to avoid and smashing into the wall results. So I don't think it'll be much different. But I mean, I think the best we're going to get with this rule set is just the cars not clipping to the point of where they happen to avoid each other and going in the wall. I think that's about the limit of how good they're going to get.
It's just a shame that obviously now this is going to happen this year. So as I said at the start of the stream, looks like this year's championship's going to go down in history as a sort of experimental year while they're still refining everything, which is a shame.
Yeah,
but
a bit like 2014, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Well, hopefully not quite as. Doesn't look like it's going to be quite as dominant, thank God. But the racing's going to be a lot worse. If I didn't think it was possible, but I mean, I say that Miami wasn't actually that bad considering A, it was Miami, B, of course we've got the cars that we have. I don't know if it's just that the cars suited this circuit more than what the previous ones did, but for Miami standards, that was a pretty good race, I'd say.
Yeah, I think it was just the circuit, to be honest, because I saw an interview with Lando and Oscar, and they both said that the actual racing is pretty much exactly the same as what it was before they did the alteration. So I think it was just the circuit didn't show it up as much. So
Yeah, I mean, there's only really one proper high speed straight as such, so I think that possibly could have been it, but we'll see. I can't remember. Maybe
yeah,
I mean, I'm Canada's a little bit similar where it's fast, but it's curved, so it might not show up as much either. But see what happens there. I think Mercedes will probably end up dominating that because just purely down their engine, to be honest. But well, I said Mercedes, Antonelli will, Russell will probably stuff it into the Wall of Champions or something.
bound to, bound to. No, we know who's going to stuff it to all the champions. It's
Uh,
going to be our favourite boy, Lance Stroll.
Presumably it gets around that far. Or the car hasn't
Well, he never.
vibrated to death that time.
I mean, he never does well at Canada anyway, does he?
Well, he scored his first points there and done nothing since.
Exactly. Yes.
I
But
think he's got his own grandstand there as well, which is ironic. For how much longer, I don't know, like, the way things are going.
I've also heard this week that this is very unfortunate because I've been hearing a lot of people have been really laying into Adrian Newey, saying that ever since he's moved to Aston Martin, he's done nothing to the team. But I understand he's been quite unwell and was actually hospitalised. I think a couple of weeks ago, and he's actually now working from home. So it looks like the strain of having so many hats on, team principal and being the chief designer as well of the car has been a little bit too much for him.
I've never heard anything about that, but I mean, to be fair, what is he now, about in his mid-60s or something like that? So
No, I think he's older than that. I think he's in his 60s. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's in his. Hang
yeah,
on, I shall.
is he mid-60s? Is he? I don't know.
I
Mid
shall.
late 50s.
I shall ask Google.
I mean, wouldn't be out of the question that could be the case, but I don't think.
Oh
I
my
mean, they could
God,
have got a midget.
he's 67. He's 67.
I don't think it would have made any difference where he was there. Not to be honest, the whole thing was started too late, pure and simple, and they're paying the price for it. That, and I don't think Lawrence Stroll's that good of a team owner anyway.
I also like the fact that they said that Fernando Alonso's time was, I think it was 3/10 slower than the fastest F2 time on that same circuit. I thought that was just brilliant, to be fair.
I don't even know. I mean, I didn't watch sprint qualifying. Like, I didn't watch the actual sprint because it's pointless. But I don't think they're going to pop the lap in. So I think that could have been done with. But so not a good look. They didn't need enough. They didn't need enough bad publicity already.
That's true. Right, let's go to the comments before I get too inundated. Antonelli, 3 wins in a row from 3 poles is super impressive, says Mr. Regala. Thoughts?
Yeah. That's been quite impressive. I don't really think there's much more to say on that one. Especially given that he's only in his second full season. He's only 19. Yeah, can't really fault him or anything like that.
Will says Ferrari still need to dispose of Lewis Hamilton. I just love the debate. I just love the debate that everyone was going on about because Lewis gave the finger to Colapinto, and all the Lewis Hamilton fans were going, no, that wasn't the middle finger, that was his index. Like that even matters. It makes any difference. What difference does it make which finger he gave him? He still gave him the finger, didn't he? It's just ridiculous.
I mean, who cares?
But apparently they're all smiling with each other, Lewis and Colapinto at the end of the race. So it was all good. I mean, drivers have done that since I think probably since since the start of Formula One. I expect drivers are giving each other the finger. I expect Juan Manuel Fangio in 1950 probably got a little bit sideswiped by another driver in his Mercedes, and he stuck the finger up at him. It's just one of those things you do, isn't it? It's a thing of expression. Because you can't you can't exactly shout at the other driver, can you? Because they're not going to hear you.
I mean, tell Schumacher.
Will says he's not worth his paycheck for the last 5 years now. Talking about Lulu.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit past it. I mean, where did he even finish this race? What, 9th or 8th or something?
Yeah, well, he had
something.
Yeah, well, he had the collision, didn't he, with Colapinto, and it took off a lot of the aerodynamic side pieces off the car, so he had no pace. They said he was losing half a second a lap purely on that. So yeah, wherever he finished. But I mean, to be honest, even with a fully up to spec car, he'd probably only finish 5th or 6th, which is it's been his usual pace all season, really, hasn't it? And last season as well.
I didn't see any of. I mean, I only actually caught the second half of the race live. The first half I had to go in bits because I was doing uni work, but I didn't see any of them at all, to be honest, during that race. I didn't even know where he was. Yeah. So I think that pretty much says it all. But yeah, seem to have a slight confidence boost at the start of the season. I think this has reverted to the norm now. Now that everyone's kind of evening themselves out and catching up, Aston aside.
Mr. Regala says when Montoya was at McLaren, he just played too much tennis, to be honest.
More. Apparently it was a motorbike. He actually done his shoulder in, but I mean, he wasn't very. I mean, regardless, he wouldn't be very good with the injured himself or not there. He just didn't. I, I don't know what Ron Dennis ever. I don't know what Ron Dennis ever thought of bringing, because those two are like chalk and cheese that were never going to be able to work with each other. And so it proved.
Well, back then it was like the trendy
That
thing. It was the trendy thing.
and I think he had lost interest, to be honest, by that point anyway. So
yeah. Well, it was the trendy thing to do back then, wasn't it? It was to bring these American drivers over, wasn't it? After they'd had success in IndyCar, to bring them over into Formula One, wasn't it? But we haven't seen that for quite a few years now, haven't we? I mean, who was the last American driver in F1? Blimey.
I mean, the last one from IndyCar or whatever, one of the versions was Bordet. He was a bit, well, his first season he was unlucky. The second one he was terrible and got sacked. But he was the last one. I can't remember. I don't really remember any ones before that, to be honest. I think Timo did Timo Glock do a bit of? I think Timo Glock did a bit of champ car during like his break between his debut at Jordan when he got signed by Toyota. I think he did a bit of it, but in terms of actual like proper IndyCar to the champ car one, I think Bordet was the last one. Yeah.
Okay, Shane says, what do you think of the scene? Yeah, I liked it a lot, Shane. Mr. Regala says, still believe Verstappen and Leclerc did well at Miami. Yeah, I do. I mean, there's been so much on the internet this week about Verstappen, including from a certain a certain YouTube channel that will remain nameless.
He was bloody terrible.
But yeah, I will still maintain though that recovery from the spin was skill. It was skill, because that is so difficult to do.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of how he recovered it, he spun in the first place. So.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, he spun in the first place. But I'm just saying the recovery.
People that praised him for his recovery shouldn't have fucking spun in the first place. And the moves he was pulling, he was getting penalties left, right, and centre for it. No, he was bloody dreadful that race. He praised for me whatsoever. I mean, he probably, in a way, without that spin, he could have easily. I mean, he could have been fourth at least without that spin, possibly challenging for a podium, but no, he fucked it up.
He did indeed. And
then he got his fans defending him as ever, just because he got back up there quickly, which he would do because, I mean, that car's crap, but it's not that crap. He did the bare minimum.
Yeah, it was quite a bad weekend for Red Bull, with old Isaac crashing into the wall as well.
Yeah, the second driver curse is coming back now. They've got the updates.
Yep.
Oh dear, how long he's going to last in that seat, I wonder. I mean, to be fair, now Marco's out of the picture, he might be a bit more secure. Who knows? I mean, I don't know who they would put in that car anyway, because Lindblad's not doing well. He's doing fine. He's not doing anything special, but no Red Bull, they would probably put him in anyway. Just sort of continuing out with like contingency mode.
Yeah. Will says Leclerc doesn't count because of the final lap for me personally. Yeah, that's when he got his 20-second penalty, wasn't he? Because he spun the car right on the end and then damaged it, and he couldn't actually control it.
I mean, Ferrari would have already fucked this race up before that, to be fair, but. classic Leclerc things. Nothing ever goes right for him.
Yep.
There was nothing really much to add on it. It just apart from he's wasting his time at Ferraris, and I know why he's still there because he loves Ferrari, but he's never ever going to win a championship there. He's just wasting his prime at this moment.
Mr. Regala says, but the final lap for Leclerc did lose 15% of his grade, yeah. Will says Russell has the last.
Yeah, it was his own fault.
Yeah. Russell has the last 2 poles at Canada and 1 in 2025. If he cannot perform there, he's got real problems, I would say. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Shane says in Sinbad Legend of the... Yeah, okay. Right. Lewis Hamilton is washed. Oh, well, says Mr. Regala. Yes. Hamilton almost always does really well at China, so let's get back to reality now. Kind of true. Alexander Rossi and Logan Sargent. Yes. Forgot about Logan Sargent.
Easy. Logan's private.
Yes. Last American in Formula One. Logan Sargent.
Probably going to be the last one for a while because Colton Herta's not really doing anything, as I knew he wouldn't.
Yes. I think it's more the fact I've completely wiped out Logan Sargent out of my brain. That's how I forgot about him. Yeah.
I think pretty much everyone has, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, he recently came out saying that by the end of his time, he'd pretty much just given up caring about F1, saying about like how the teams are running that. No, mate, you weren't good enough. That's why the teams didn't care about you anymore. That's right. The way the sport always has been. Sorry. That's motorsport. If you're not good enough, you got sacked. The end.
That's it. Big one-time championship video coming. Bourdais says Will was by far the oldest Toro Rosso driver until Brendan Hartley Brendan Hartley came along. Yes.
Yeah. Bourdais, it's because they didn't really have any, like Red Bull usually they didn't have any juniors kind of ready to step in that seat. I mean, I think the one that was kind of the most ready was Karun Chandhok, which pretty much says everything. So yeah, it was between him and Sauter, who was even older at the time. So their choices were pretty limited. Obviously, they'd got him in because of like he had done well in Le Mans, and obviously he had all those championships and Champ Car. But to be honest, the feeling that thing was weaker than piss. But yeah, they got him in because of his supposed adaptability, but it was too late for him by the time he actually got into F1, a bit like Nick de Vries. Just too late, couldn't adapt quick enough, and got marked.
Yep. I got one for you from Will F1. He says, KD is a true Verstappen hater.
I'm very mixed on him. He's a very good driver. Sometimes he makes himself look like a complete dick, though. I'm not like one of those Lewis Hamilton ones who go, he's a false champion. No, he haven't lost that championship because of the strategy by not putting in the first place. But, well, damn that. But yeah, he's a great driver. I just don't like some of his antics sometimes, like particularly Spain last year. The fact he can get banned for that was absolutely disgraceful and frankly an embarrassment to the sport. But he brings in a lot of money, so that's probably why. But anyway, yeah, I respect him as a driver. Sometimes I don't like his antics. I don't particularly hate him. I don't particularly love him. But I do think it wouldn't be a disaster, but it would be a big blow if he did end up leaving F1, especially commercially. But as always with F1, or there's always great drivers that come and replace them. I mean, we've already got Antonelli coming along now. Dem's coming along pretty nicely, so there's always something to replace them, just like we had in '94 when obviously we lost Senna, we didn't have any reigning champions, and Schumacher just came and took the reign pretty much.
Yep. Mr. Rugawa says, I'm afraid you don't like fun if you don't think Verstappen and Leclerc were good this weekend. Shane says, if the Qatar and Abu Dhabi Grand Prix get cancelled this year, this will be the first year since 2003 without a race in the Middle East. That's quite true, Shane.
Oh no, anyway.
Yeah, oh no, anyway. But, I mean, saying on that, the way things are going at the moment in the world, I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that those Grand Prix won't happen, because they never race in countries that are in dispute, and for them to race this year, we'd have to have at least a 6-month gap between them not throwing missiles at each other for them to race there. And we're into May now, and they still haven't got it sorted. They're still firing missiles. I do understand that some of the Middle East countries, so it's not happening at the moment. So you need that 6-month gap before you be able to go there. We're almost at that 6-month gap now, and they're still throwing missiles at each other. So I just cannot think for 1 minute that we're going to go to Qatar and Abu Dhabi for the end. I just can't see it. So it looks like Las Vegas will be the final Grand Prix of this year. Wowzers.
God, I fucking hate that circuit.
I know.
I tried to watch it last year, and I was just looking and thinking, is this real? Because I've never watched Las Vegas Grand Prix live before that, because of, just the timing of them was horrendous. But yeah, I was watching it just thinking, oh, this track, just the look of it. It felt chintzy, and just even by street circuit standards, it just didn't look right at all. But
yeah, it's a horrible
it
circuit.
makes the money, so that's what really matters for them.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not the worst. Is it the worst? I mean, it's not the worst circuit in terms of racing, to be fair, but in terms of the way it looks, my God, is it? Where was it on before that? I can't even remember.
Mr. Ogawa says, and again, these regulations are good. Will says, Hajar has still scored more points than KD ever expected.
Yeah, to be fair. I expected the Red Bull to be bad. The Red Bull is as bad as I expected it to be. It's pretty much where I thought it would be, but bar Verstappen being up there this weekend, it was basically roughly where I expected it to be. But yeah, Hajar's done a lot better than what I thought, to be fair, because I thought he would have been like Lawson, where he was driving horrendously at the back, getting constantly knocked out in Q1, not scoring points. To be honest, I thought he would have been by around Zandvoort he would have been chucked out and Rumble put in that car and rinse repeat. But yeah, it's been a lot better than what I thought it would be. Especially Australian qualifying, that was especially for the car, yeah, which obviously has been proved was fourth fastest quite comfortably. He did pretty well there. But this weekend was a bit flaky, but we'll see how it goes before we begin giving him we'll diagnose him with the curse.
Will says they are not good. Mr. Ugawa says Leclerc's save was elite, to be fair. It was, I admit. But what are we, 4 races in, and we're already... How many cars do we keep seeing spin? I mean, this has got to be something to do with the regulations, surely.
It used to be... I don't know what cause that's been, to be honest. I don't know what... I mean, from what I've seen from Leclerc, he kind of blames himself for it, which is not out of character for him. He does tend to push himself too hard sometimes, so it wouldn't surprise you it was that. But just Ferrari being Ferrari, nothing
As
really.
usual.
You need to talk about that. Is like the same race. His race is fucked anyway. So yeah.
Will says Leclerc should have left Ferrari after 2022.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see the point of it. I mean, I can see why he obviously stayed because the 2022 car was decent. So you would have thought that the 2023 would have been at least just as good. Obviously, it wasn't, but yeah, you need to get Ferrari if you ever want to do anything with his career. Ferrari is not at least Ferrari for at least the next decade, if not longer, is never winning any sort of championship while their ownership's still there.
Mr. Regala says that's why he loves Ferrari. Will says, or at least gone to Mercedes the second Hamilton announced his move to Ferrari.
I'm trying to think. Would he really have done? I mean, he'd done all right last season, obviously, but at this stage, would he really be in that much of the better position than where Russell would be? I mean, I would say a bit, but like Russell, Leclerc has that bit of bottleness in him, so I don't think he'd be bottling it as bad, but I still think he'd be bottling it against Antonelli. I think he'd still definitely be getting beat. I mean, he's got a better chance of what he would at Ferrari, to be fair, but not exactly saying much. It's a bit like saying having two legs is better than one.
True. Will says, and KD just said he'll never win a championship at Ferrari. Mr. Regala says Leclerc and Ferrari is a match made in heaven. Oh, wait. Will says Logie Bear as those tools.
Anything match for Ferrari is a match made in hell. Pretty much ever since Schumacher left.
True. Will says Logie Bear as those tools on P1 call him. And Latifi was better than Sargent. Wowzers.
A bit, yeah.
It's a very low bar though, isn't it? When we're comparing those kind of drivers.
I don't know. I mean, to be fair, his first two seasons, Latifi wasn't good, but he wasn't absolutely bottom of the barrel appalling either. It was just Abu Dhabi 2021, which clearly absolutely destroyed his confidence, and obviously 2022 he crashed it every week. But yeah, he probably was better, not by much, but he did at least score points.
Let's not talk about Abu Dhabi 2021.
Yeah. We'll fix it for you.
Mr. Jimmy Fixit's probably got an alarm on his laptop. Every time someone mentions it now, he gets an alarm call, and he'll be going to their channel and go, "What's he talking about?"
Katie is part of the Illuminati or something. That'll be the next video title. Oh, jeez. I've never watched any of his videos, so I never want to. I've seen the titles, and that's more than enough for me.
I'm like a rabbit caught in the headlights. I don't want to watch them, but I can't stop myself. I just, know, it's just because I can't believe.
It's a bit.
It's
a bit like. Go on.
I just can't believe that someone would spend, what is it now, 5 years of their life talking basically about one motor race that has absolutely nothing to do with him personally. And that's the thing. He's taking it completely personally. It's a motor race. It's nothing to do with him, is it? Why is he taking it so
one lap of one motor race as well?
Exactly. Why is he taking it so personally? I don't get it. And he
Well,
he
I think
submit
that's all I can really see on him.
he submitted this thing to the courts or something. I don't know what it was, and he actually showed us the 21 pages that he put in it, and literally every other word begins with F or C, and he submitted that to a court of law, and he expects to get a reply. I think I said somewhere they're going to be confused now at the court because they're going to think why isn't this written in crayon, and then we know it was written by a 5-year-old.
We can tell what he votes for. That's all I'm going to say.
I just can't believe it. And what's worse than that, he sent it to 4 different people. He showed us all the postage and everything. 4 different people. One of them was Jeremy Corbyn. Yeah. I mean, that makes all the difference. But this was the best laugh. He spent £18 in postage sending these to the courts. £18 in postage. Unbelievable.
And what am I even meant to say?
Not a lot.
What is he even in court for?
I've no idea.
For clearly needing to be in a padded cell.
Yes, that's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen.
Not
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I don't know. I mean, in all seriousness, he clearly needs help with something. I don't know what. Something traumatic's happened in his life, quite clearly, to be the way he is. But
yeah, this is all to do with a court case he had like years ago, and he lost the case, and he had to get rid of his house or something, and he lost £40,000. This is all it's about. He lost £40,000, and now he's gone on this vendetta, and he's blaming Formula One.
It's clearly fucked his mind, basically.
Well, yeah, clearly, because no one who's sane. But the thing is, he's got a lot of support from the Lewis fan club, because he always supports Lewis, and he's got a lot of support there, which gives him, views and subscribers. But if he ever goes off topic, starts talking political or whatever, nobody watches his videos because they can't be bothered, because he just talks utter tripe through the whole video. But as soon as he starts having a go at Max Verstappen, they're bundled in there, lots of views, so it just shows you.
I suppose it's a bit like, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention him on YouTube, but I'll try anyway. A bit like, I suppose it's a bit like when people watch Alex Jones, it's kind of, the stuff he's saying is absolute load of bollocks, but because of how mental he actually is and the fact he seems to actually believe it, it's kind of funny to watch in a way. I feel like that's the kind of vibe you probably get from him.
That's what I find with the Fix It channel. I know it's ridiculous, but I can't stop watching it. It's just crazy. It really is, And some of the things he comes out with are just, you're like, seriously?
Verstappen's a secret government agent.
Oh yeah,
he's a racist. He plans to.
Yeah, he believes all the conspiracy theories in the world, and the whole world's run by 6 people. All that rubbish,
He's an agent of the New World Order. He plans to destroy it. He plans to destroy everyone by having a Williams randomly crash, biting a ass. Right, what?
But there we go.
Right, anyway, well, I don't know. Same. Not really much you can say. I think he speaks for himself.
Yeah. Mr. Regard says he'll be a front runner most of his career, and it's Ferrari. If they play Pig correctly, even once they have a title, it's not like Ferrari doesn't have the resources.
They have the resources. They don't have the people at the top to use them correctly. That's the problem, and it's been that way for at least 2 decades now, and it'll be continuously that way until they get a CEO who actually knows how to run a functioning team properly.
Shane says, yeah, because between 2004 and 2025, we haven't had a Formula One season without a race in the Middle East. This is true. Will says, Ferrari won't win until 2050. I think he's right.
I mean, never it's Ferrari. You can never count it out.
True. I mean, it was on the cards that they were going to win in 2022, weren't they? With the new ground effect cars, they were absolutely dominating those first few rounds.
I was about to say the first, the first 3 rounds they were right up there, and then just fell off a cliff after that. It started blowing up, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, but I remember everyone was saying, "That's it. This is Ferrari's year. This is it."
And then second half, Red Bull brought upgrades, and that was pretty much championship over.
Yep. Mr. Regala says Latifi caused some havoc. Sargent was just spinning around like Kylie Minogue. True. Fundamentally, Hamilton lost 2021 due to driving into the escape road at Baku. Yes.
Yeah, there was a lot of... I think both of them kind of had their moments of lost points, I think, so... Yeah.
Will says Hamilton fans act like Baku 2021 never happened along with other mistakes he made that year. Yes. Mr. Regala says still Hamilton was great in 21 though. Yeah, he was, but I've never said he was better than Max that year, says Will. 17 podiums, nearly 400 points in spite of himself.
I would think Max was slightly better because he made less mistakes, but that was probably Hamilton's last genuinely good year, I would say. I mean, 2023 was all right, I would guess, because he did finish second in the championship, but bar that, second, he was third, yes, third. But apart from that, yeah, clearly passed his best.
Yeah, 2021 kind of reminded me of those couple of transitional years when you had Senna and then you had Michael Schumacher as the young pretender coming along. That's very, very similar. I'd sort of noticed, the way that Lewis was just starting to, fall back and get beaten by, the younger person.
I think like how Senna, when he went to Williams, like in his first couple of races, he kept crashing and spinning off because he was trying to push the car harder than what it would take. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Senna going to Williams that year was a huge mistake. I know, I mean, they had the best car, but it wasn't the best car in 1994 because they'd banished all the driver aids, didn't they? All the traction control, which was basically... It
should have been, but Briatore made sure it wasn't.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, if there was ever a team that cheated in F1, they're definitely one of the most likely.
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't really have any other choice. To be fair, though, it was there or stay at McLaren that was getting Peugeot engines that blew up every 5 seconds. So.
Oh yes, the famous Peugeot engines. I remember those.
Yeah. I mean, there's that story of they had tested Lambos, obviously in the previous year, and possibly, well, I don't think they were ever looking to get them in, but they were obviously just trying to keep Senna there for another year, because he was desperate to leave by that point. I know, and he wanted the Lambo engine in, like, for literally the very next race that season in '93. But yeah, instead, they signed with Peugeot because obviously of all the factory support and that. And then in '94, they never got the factory support.
Exactly.
I think. Yeah, Senna's thing was just unfortunate. He right place, wrong time. He was just one of. If it didn't happen to him, it would have happened to someone else. So, well, it did happen to someone else, obviously. But if 2 drivers are going to die that season, if it wasn't him, it would have been someone else. So he was just the unlucky one.
Yeah, it was just a shame because I mean you had the dominance with Nigel Mansell in 1992, and Senna was there in the McLaren, which was very under par, and so it was the obvious choice for Senna to go to Williams. But as I say, everything that made Williams great in 1992, they took off the car. They banned it, and so it was a huge mistake for Senna to go there. But as I say, once you sign a contract, it's very difficult. I mean, nowadays you can get out of contracts, but back then it was a lot more difficult to do that. So yeah.
I think he would have still, because I think after him they would have updated the car anyway, even if obviously that accident hadn't happened. I think he would have still just about won the championship anyway, because obviously he was a lot mentally stronger than Damon. So half the stuff that Michael tried to do with Damon, it would have cost him a lot more if he tried to do that with him. But yeah, I think I'm trying to think. I think 94 to 96 he would have definitely won, I think, at least. Or at least be in contention to win. 97 he might have started to decline by that point, because obviously he had Villeneuve coming in. He was, with the briefest of moments, generally like. I mean, Villeneuve, the first year he came in, he was generally probably a world class driver, and then I don't know what happened afterwards. The moment the cars changed, I don't know if just lost interest or what. But
yeah.
He would have lasted until 97, and then he would have scoffed at the rule changes and went off. Probably, I think that's what would have happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just unfortunate, really. It was just one of those things.
Will says Monaco and Baku were the 2 races that Hamilton really dropped off. Mr. Regard says Verstappen, in order to beat him in 21, had to have the second best season of his entire career. Will says Bottas was second at Monaco before that pit stop. Hamilton finished behind Vettel and Gasly. He got jumped by both of them, says Mr. Regara. Will says Hamilton won 3 of the first 4 races and 3 of the last 4 races, but only 2 in the 14 races between that. He was already behind Gasly at Monaco. 1996 and 2008 had a lot of spins. The 1996 crash compilation was littered with them. Mr. Regara says Leclerc is a Ferrari lifer. There are many worse things to be fair. Shane says, so if they get cancelled, they might switch Brazil and Las Vegas to make Brazil the season. They could do, Shane. I would like them to do that, because Brazil used to be a season final in the championship anyway, so I'd like to see that as a final race. Just anything that isn't Las Vegas, because that would be horrible. Last race in Las Vegas.
I don't know. They're trying to get Jeddah in for the last race purely because in Saudi Arabia, the missiles are hitting the other side of the country, not Jeddah. There's kind of nothing really going on there, so they're hoping that will allow them to come in at the last minute. I don't. It's touch and go whether that happens, because obviously they'll try and pay as much as they can for it to happen, but obviously it's the whole security thing, because I know as much as they'll try and ignore it, there's a point of where it looks too bad for them to go there, so I don't know. And as for Las Vegas, I haven't got a clue if that will actually be the final race, because obviously with that being a street circuit, they only get, for example, the Strip, they only get use of that for one weekend of the year, and they can't change that, so it could be a case of Brazil's moved further back to be the last race, or we're just having the season ending earlier. I don't know. Or it could just be a case of maybe they might bring something like Turkey in early. Who knows? We'll see.
Mr. Regard says, I just see him in red overalls. Will says, if Leclerc never wins a championship, he has to take some responsibility for that, to be honest. True.
Yeah, I mean, he bar Ferrari being themselves, he does a bit of a, like I say, he's got a bit of bottleness in him. That certainly doesn't help him at times. He seems to do well. He seems to do better when the cars are worse, to be honest. Like, I would say the past couple of years, he generally was doing like brilliantly, consistently out driving the car. And then once he's gotten the one that could possibly win a race this year, he started to have those little mistakes creep back in. So, yeah, this is one of those kind of drivers, basically.
Yeah. Will says Latifi scored more points than Sargent in weaker cars. Mr. Regard says,
Yeah, pretty much sums it up.
yeah. Mr. Regard says, he's probably made a lot of money. He won at Monaco, he won at Spa, he won at Monza.
I mean,
Calvin,
he would have had a lot of money anyway because he's from Monaco. To be fair, so
true. Calvin Harris concert at LIV Golf was great. Actually went to it. Damn dude. Nigel Mansell.
not be able to afford it because Saudi Arabia just pulled out of that.
Nigel Mansell blew up. 31 wins and 32 big accidents. Will F1 Gaming to cakewalk the championship. 2018 was a nice Formula One season. Fernando Alonso is eternal. Right, Will says 1994 Williams was the best car round 5 onwards. Damon Hill never deserved to win that season, to be honest.
Yeah, he basically only really was in contention because Schumacher got his race bans. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they can argue about the last race and it being deliberate and that, but hit that away, yeah, Hill was a bit lucky. It was mostly the bans that got him into that position. So, yeah, I can see that point.
Yeah. Will F1 Gaming to cakewalk the championship. 2018 was a nice Formula One season. Yes, it was. Aston Martin are still arse, says Mr. Rugara. Yes. Shane says, which is why I have a feeling this year could be the first year since 2003 that no race was held in the Middle East. Mr. Rugara says, Damon Hill was thrust into a role he was never good enough to fill, to be honest. Yes, that is very true. I've said this many times before. Damon Hill was a good driver, but not a great driver.
The thing is with Hill is that he started everything so late. Like, he did start karting properly until he was in his 20s. He didn't get into F1 properly until he was in his 30s. And when he got into like a front running car, he didn't have the experience. Plus, he had he was already aging. So
yeah,
he was fighting against all that. So that probably contributed to why he was such a mess mentally throughout most of his career. So he did all right considering what he was up against. But obviously, he was never going to be like one of the absolute greatest purely because of how late he started. It's simple as that.
Yeah. Will says,
Maybe I think if he started a bit earlier, he probably could have been, but
yeah,
he got a championship, so
yeah, he did well. He did well. He was in. He started in motorbikes as well, didn't he? Before he did Formula One.
Yeah,
motorbike
he
racer.
had no one. He only really. I mean, he said himself he only really got into cars because he just wanted to clear his family name. That was about it, really. So,
yeah.
Because obviously they had the plane crash and lost the court case because I think Graham's license has expired, so they lost a ton of money from that and pretty much threw the whole family name into shame, and they've lost pretty much everything. So I think it was from I think it was that why he got into cars in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't do too badly considering all that. He
No, he did
did the
all right.
best he could.
He got a championship.
Yeah.
Will says John Tott revealed that Senna met to discuss joining Ferrari in 1994, but Alesi and Berger had contracts. There you go.
90s Ferrari and Senna would have not gelled well together at all. Because
No.
the only reason Schumacher worked was because he had the ability to build a whole team around him and basically bring all of his people to run the team rather than what they had.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Senna. Well, I mean, he was good at having a team around it, but obviously he wouldn't have been able to bring any of the people that he had over, so he would have struggled immensely, I think, in that situation. And well, I mean, the first decent car in the 90s was probably 97, which, like I say, you would have been on the decline by then. So yeah, that wouldn't have worked at all.
Mr. Regala says, rest well, Jill winner, by the way. Yes. Vettel was the first new car merchant to a lot of people. Ascari was a bit of a freak from another planet. Yes, he was. Will says, Vettel was never a car merchant. Red Bull moving back up.
I mean, Vettel, the problem was that he wasn't very flexible. You needed to have a car that was set up one way, and if it was anywhere outside of that, he was just nowhere. That was pretty much what happened. That's what happened at Ferrari. It's what happened at Aston. Yeah. He needed it set up one way. He just couldn't drive it, basically. A bit like a more talented Button, I guess, in a sort of way.
Will says Mansell, Hill and Villeneuve were, to be honest. Less so Mansell, but he always bottled it when it was close. Mr. Regard says Mansell was a legend. Yes! Papaya rules apparently meant Norris did not win Miami. Wowzers. Never changed McLaren. Lance Stroll drives like literally every other driver in Formula One history. Yes.
Like all the greats like Taki Inoue, Ricardo Rossi, who else? Giovanni Lavargi, Jean-Louis Delatraz, Alex Young, all the cream of the crop top level drivers.
Yeah. Ricardo
He's
Rossi.
Up there with them.
Ricardo Rossi is my favourite. 1998, Monaco. He literally couldn't do a lap of Monaco without stuffing it in the wall. I mean, it was just great to see. As the commentator said, and that famous line about there's a dispute whether he should be in Formula One, and he said, and Murray said, and Martin said, well, not really, Murray. it's not much of a dispute, to be honest. I mean, but yeah, he just literally could not do a lap of Monaco without stuffing it in the wall.
I mean, he wasn't even meant to be there really in the first place. It was meant to be Verstappen, but obviously because of Pillock and his amazing ideas, he wanted him in because he wanted to maximise the budget for the next year. That worked out, didn't it? Five DNQs that season he got. And yeah, fun fact, he still finished above Oliver's penis that season in the standings.
Wow.
I don't know what that says about Prost, but there you go.
Yep. Planel Plessy says, Nigel Mansell, the only driver to win back-to-back titles in F1 IndyCar. Yes, indeed, he was. He was. I also watched the 1994 season review. It was full of musical chairs with the amount of driver changes. Yes, there was a lot of driver changes.
It was either because of injuries or teams about to go bust, basically.
Yeah. Will says Vettel and Raikkonen both lacked flexibility, to be honest.
Yeah. I would say especially in Vettel's case, that was true. Raikkonen, he just kind of, in his prime years, he got screwed with either unreliability or once he was in Ferrari politics.
Yeah. Right, that was me. That was me 2 hour timer. Let's have a look at some more comments before we go. Vettel was incredible in 2011. Yeah, he was. Carl Webber treaded water well. Barlow Places says Ricardo Rosset was the best driver ever. Yes, he sure was. He sure was. Yes, Ricardo Rosset. Barlow Places says I also watched the 1995 season review in which they said Bertrand Gachot is replaced at Pacific by Giovanni Lavargi. This stunning news in time for round 9 in Hockenheim. Yes, stunning news. Giovanni Lavargi. Yes, what a great driver he was.
Was that because he got annoyed with another taxi driver by any chance?
I think it was, yes, yes. I think it was.
I mean, he is part French, it kind of says it all.
Yep. Shane says, yes, as I've said, if the Qatar and Abu Dhabi Grand Prix get cancelled, it would be a good idea to switch Brazil and Las Vegas to make Brazil. Yes, it would, Shane, yeah. Planet Place says, and it was stunning. Lavargi failed to finish a single race of the 4 he entered. Really? Really? That surprises me. That surprises me.
I don't even think he qualified for 2 of them, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, go on.
To be fair, he was about 36 when he started or something, so...
Yeah. I just love the driver names from back then. I mean, they're just real names like Bertrand Gachot, Giovanni Lavargi. I mean, you just don't get those. What have we got now? Kimi Antonelli. I mean, we've already had one Kimi, so that's nothing unusual. And Antonelli, that's not, is it? Come on. Let's have some more originality, please, in the names. Parents.
Dominico Alpha Spaghetti.
Yes. Come on, parents. Start naming your kids differently. They're all sounding the same these days. We want some more Giovanni Lavargis in the world and Bertrand Gachots. Oh, dear.
I mean, to be fair, Ricardo Rossi is quite... It rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
A name.
Ricardo Rosset. Great Pessy. Vettel's problem was he started declining at 31, to be honest. Yeah, I suppose, says Regard. It was only really 2014 that it didn't adapt well until that point. Vettel was the first social media champion properly. Everyone thought his car was driving itself. Planet Player says ESPN used to call Lavargi Johnny Car Wash. Love it, Johnny Car Wash.
I mean, he was about as quick as a car wash, to be fair. So
he was. Good. Planet Player says in 1995 there was no 107%.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
It was introduced.
Because
it was introduced the following year, I guess, because of how bad the Pacific drivers were, even though they left F1 in 1995. Yeah.
I just remember he came into Minardi the next year as well. That's when he didn't qualify. I've just remembered.
Yep. Mr. Ugawa says Newey was driving with Vettel using an Atari 2600 joystick.
No, I think that's current. I think that's more right now, to be honest.
Yeah. I still maintain that Schumacher 2012 and Vettel 2022 were much better than their results, to be honest, says Will.
Oh, Vettel, I would say so. Schumacher, he was most of the mistakes he made that season were him crashing. So, yeah, it was kind of, I think it was basically just a sign of he was beginning to pass him by that season. He did have a couple of good, standout moments, but yeah, I think 2012 was partly him as well. But yeah, for Vettel, it was just kind of the car wasn't very good for the most part. He did what he could with it.
Yeah. Shane says, I kind of started to feel like a kid again once they said this could be the first year since 2003 without a race in the Middle East, and I was 5 years old in 2003. Planal Pressy says, oh my God, he's got all the old names now. Here we go. I've got to try and...
Someone's been playing Formula 1, haven't they?
Yeah, I've got to try and pronounce these names now. He says, bring back Domenico Scattarella, Pierluigi Martini, Jean Dennis Danatraz, Giovanni Lavargi, Andrea Montemini, and Jean Christophe Bouillon. Oh, yes. I think the only one I got wrong there was the first one. Dominic. I know it was Scattarella. I can't remember, but yes, Jean Christophe Bouillon. He was another great one. Oh my god.
He went off to touring cars afterwards, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Was rubbish there.
Bloody X, says
Did
Mr. Regala.
Did he not do sports car racing as well? I can't remember.
I think he did, yeah.
Or GT racing, one of the two.
Also, 40,
he was all right in something at least, I think.
Yeah. Also, 40 as well. Their cars were ridiculously slow in 1995. Talking about 40.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Stay tuned, everyone. If my health doesn't let me down, 2 or 3 weeks. I'll just say that 2 or 3 weeks should be out. Right, I'm not going to say anymore. Florida Petty says, bring back 40.
If only they took that limiter off.
Yes, if only they took that limiter off.
It's will be around here today.
Mr. Regala says, Mercedes 2012 just didn't develop well at all. Plano Plenty says, I can imagine whoever was working at F1 95 telling Murray, we need you to record dialogue of the drivers winning. Yes, even Taki Anui and Jean Dennis Delachas. Yes.
He put more enthusiasm into those names than what he did, like Schumacher and Hill and that.
He did.
I don't know what. I think that says a lot about him, to be fair.
Vettel's final season, he didn't even name the car due to the fact that it wasn't fast enough. This is true. Plano Plessy spelled it out for me. It's Ski Attarelli. Ski Attarelli.
Scattarella, I think it is.
Attarelli, yeah. To be fair to Bouillon, he got points during his time at Sauber. He did. Schumacher was very unlucky at times in 2012, but the mistakes were rookie errors, to be honest. 40.
Yeah, it was just a bit like Hampton, age catching up with him, especially because he was like about 4 or 5 years off 50, which unless Alonso's pretty much unheard of in this.
Yeah. 40, named after how quick their cars were, as they could only do 40 miles an hour. Yes.
Laughed 40 times.
Exactly. Damn, those cars made the 107% rule, said Mr.
Often they didn't, to be honest with you. Actually, no. Yeah, no, they didn't, at least when it came in.
Yeah.
I'm thinking whether they ran for then, yes, they were.
Here we go. Plano Plessy, he's doing his best Formula 1 here. A win for 40. What an incredible result for Formula 1. Will says, I got Dennis and Montemini.
And in third place, no one, because everyone else has to fucking retire just for that to even happen.
Will says, I got Denise and Montemini first and second at Monaco as I held everyone else up for ages. Nice one. Jackie Stewart, he's 87 in almost exactly a month. Wowzers. 87. Good on you, Jackie Stewart. Right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for me to disappear because we've done our 2 hours. So I'd like to say thank you to everyone who joined me in the chat. I've got to see if I can do this. Wait a minute. Let's put the overlay over the top of you. And let's see if you can go over the top of the overlay. And go to... You can't see that. No, you can't. One of these days I'm gonna put the... Here we go. Top fans. Top fans.
Actually, I've just thought, did you see our latest video about F126 and how there's been nothing about it come out yet?
I have, yes. I have seen Alva's video. Yes. He's getting very worried, isn't he? Very worried.
Yeah. I think the paycheck's running out. I think that's what it is.
Yes. It doesn't. The great thing is it doesn't worry me because I'm still on F125 anyway. So even if it doesn't come out at all, I'll just keep going. I'll just keep going. It doesn't make any difference to me whatsoever. Right, here we go. We've got the... Oops. I hate it when he does that. It's gone over the top.
Let's see how they try to implement super clipping. I'm sure that will be absolutely hilarious, especially in online.
Yeah.
With their servers.
It's not letting me do it, you know. It keeps coming out every time I do it. Oh my god, I can't even make it smaller because it's coming out over the top of you.
I mean, it's pretty hard to make it smaller when it's only the smallest it could be.
That's true. Oh, I think this might work. Yeah, this will work. Right, here we go then. Here is tonight's top fans. I'm sorry it's all over the place, but it keeps coming up over the top of everything else. Right, in 6th position tonight, we have Matthew 7657. In 5th place, we've got... Oh no, it's the Scissor Sisters in 5th position. Oh no. Well, he's here anyway, so it doesn't really matter. In 4th place tonight it's Shane. So on to the top 3. Podium positions. 3rd place for Mr. Regara, which means 2nd place. It's Plynal Plessy, which means the winner tonight of the top fans is Mr. Will F1. Round of applause to Will F1, the greatest Yorkshireman in the world ever. Yes, so much better than that moaning one anyway. Blimey, so much better than that.
I mean, the standards aren't really high, are they?
The standard is very low, I admit, but he's still so much better than that moaning Yorkshireman. Oh my god, there you go everyone. Right, let's sort this out now because it's all
After what all has-been drivers who can't win anymore do. Go and be a pundit and just talk shite about everyone else.
That's it. Right, let's go back to the chat now. I'm all over the place with these boxes now. Where am I? Where's the chat? Oh, the chat's over there and you're over there, and let's put you over there a minute. Right, there we go. Right. Yes, Plessy, yes. Oh, golly, it's over. Yes, it is. That's all, folks, until later. Back to 5:05. His computer is super clippy. Yeah, it is. After this year, it will likely get mentioned on Wikipedia on 2026 Formula 1 World Championship if the Qatar and Abu Dhabi Grand Prix get cancelled that no race was held in the Middle East. It agrees with me. The regs are good, says Mr. Regard, for the first time since 2003. Matthew, Scissor Sisters. Hello, Mr. Caledonian F1. Welcome to the stream. Pessy, big result. Caledonia came for points and ended up like Caterham in real life. Not much.
Well, bankrupt.
Yeah, bankrupt, yeah. Paddock moving like Barrichello, Webber and Massa. Anyway, there you go, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for joining me tonight on the stream, as always. And thank you once again to our special guest. And as I'd like to say, if any of you want to come in and join me on the stream, then please let me know. You know how to contact me on YouTube and I'm all over the socials. Let me know. As I say, if you don't want to put your face on camera, I absolutely agree. I don't want to put my face on camera, but I haven't got any choice. But if you don't want to put your face on camera, then I can do it as a voice as well. It's no problem. So if you want to come in and talk F1 or anything really.
I mean, I think we'll be fine if we've got my ugly mug on. I couldn't get it to worse, could it?
That's true.
Oh no, wait, hang on.
That's true. But I know Matt did contact me and asked if he could be on. So yeah, Matt, you're always welcome if you want to come in. Anyone else as well, just send me a message and we'll get you on. I mean, you can send me the message while I'm streaming on a Thursday or Friday, and then we can sort it out pretty quick because I only do it through Facebook, so it doesn't take seconds to give you a call. If you're not friends with me, I'll have to friend you on Messenger just to get you to come in, but that's not a problem. You can block me straight afterwards. It doesn't matter because everyone does. So everyone that I get to come in blocks me straight away afterwards, so it's fine. You can do that. But yeah, I'll just have to get you on Messenger and get you in, and we'll have a little conversation.
And that's not even including all the restraining orders.
Exactly, all the restraining orders. There's plenty of them about now. Thank you everyone for joining me tonight. For me and Mr. TB the Bear, Lewis Hamilton's number one fan. Lewis Hamilton's number one fan. You can't help some bears, can you? But there you go. Thank you, everyone. I'm just going to go.
How well did Lewis do last time, TB? I can't remember.
He says, shut up. He says, shut up. Right, I'll just say it off of here.
Was he there?
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thanks to Matthew 7657. Thanks to Caledonia F1 for joining me as well. Thanks to the Scissor Sisters. Thanks to Shane. Thanks to Mr. Rugar. Thanks to Plynal Plessy. And thank you, of course, to Will. And yes, Will, you are the star of the show because you have got pole position. Yes. So well done. Well done indeed. Anyway, that's it
First
from
time
me.
they've done it legitimately.
So well done, and thank you everyone for joining me tonight. I'm just gonna cut you off now, Kieran, before I say goodbye to everyone, just to make sure that you've gone. So I shall say thank you very much, and I'll see you again. No worries. Thank you, and goodbye. And thank you to everyone else in the chat as well. You've been awesome as always, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you, and good night.